let's just go and get this thing live. We good? Lol. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Right, let's see what we're doing. Okie dokie, so I'm just going to kick off and we'll see. Yeah, I'll just edit this down anyway. I'm pretty sure the majority of people are going to be checking this out after the stream, but just in case, I just need to do a bit of reorganizing over here with a billion chat windows. Okay, I will remember to actually edit this down. Cool. And here. Don't need that. Kind of be useful to have that. Let's get that sorted out. Okie dokies. Yeah. All right, let's do the thing. Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. So everything's going to be done in VS Code using Python. So let's do this from the ground up. So that's unhelpful. Okay, so what am I doing? Oh yeah, we're not in WSL. Okay, this is just for me. This isn't how other people would do it. Because strictly speaking, we're now actually in Linux. But this doesn't matter at all for actually doing this exercise, I promise. Oh yeah. It's amazing so far. Okay. Make the Python. Okay, CD Python exercises. Okay. Right, I think we'll actually kick off now. The jumper comes off. Oh, crikey. All right. Let's have a go at this then. Right, so we're now in VS Code. We're going to look over the exercises we did today in Python. So we're going to right click, going to go Python exercises .py, making sure we've definitely got that py, because otherwise we don't know that we're in Python. No Python interpreter is isn't selected. That is totally fine. Can we just do this in uni? Will that work? Yeah. Okay, dokes. Yeah, so this might be the first instance of anyone seeing Python, so that's totally fine. Python is a language which uses these .py files. If you're using VS Code, make sure that you have the Python extension installed. You just have to type in Python, and that'll come up, and it'll be something like this with around 40, well, around 43 million downloads, and that feels pretty accurate, to be honest. As long as you got that installed, then you'll be fine. Yeah, and this is the only file we'll actually be using. And we're going to be doing this as a Jupyter notebook. And once I've got this working, I'll explain what I'm talking about. So bear with me. Yep. Okay. Cool. None of this matters. If it matters, I promise I'll tell you. For some reason that takes 2 goes to have it working. Okay. That's all. Okay, this is stuff that I covered in the previous video when I was talking about Jupyter notebooks. As well as Python installed, you also need IPyKernel. But if you try and run Jupyter notebooks, then it'll tell you. Okay, dokes. So we're going to be doing everything in a Jupyter notebook format, which means that we have our Python thing divided into cells, which just makes our life really easy because we can just like actually put in the questions and it's really easy for us to work through. So for example, that'll be cell 1, so that'll be question 1, be cell 2. Whoops. We forgot the comment symbol. In Python, anything with a hash symbol before it is a comment. So that just means it won't be read by the actual program. Just a bit useful to know. So we're just going to go and do a little bit of housekeeping and just set up these questions before we actually like kick off and actually code. It's just useful to have. So this is when we are thinking in a Jupyter notebook, then we will have lots of cells of code and it is delineated or like separated by this hash percentage symbol. It is called VS Code interactive mode and it is super useful. Number 5, fizzbuzz, everyone's favorite interview question. Cool. That good? Do I just delete that? Yeah, let's just delete that as well. Number 6. Seven. That is unhelpful of me. We'll show you the other way of doing comments as well, is that we put triple quotes before and after something. And that's what you can do to say that everything between there is also a comment. Despite the fact they're a different color, they're actually exactly the same thing. But like if it's just a single line like that, then it's fine. Okie dokie. So let me just check to see that everything's working. I'm pretty sure everything is, but let's just make sure super quickly. Yeah, we're all good. All right, cool. Welcome to Python. Okay, so if we've got a Jupyter notebook, it just means that, like I said, everything's just in a cell. It recommended then just use... I believe, so I don't know, that's a great question. The way that VS Code reads Jupyter notebooks is to use this particular syntax. I actually have never tried using an .ipynb, so a standard IPython notebook. I think you probably can, but I'm unsure if that complicates things more. But je ne sais pas. I don't think it's necessarily a recommendation. It's just what I'm going to be doing. Okay, dokes. And so what we can do is we can just run these individual cells. I'll be doing this with Shift and Enter, and the results will come up from there. Yeah, exactly, right? I'm not going to be doing that just yet. You can totally try it out yourself. So all we're going to be doing, the first question is to print out all the numbers from, all the numbers from 1 to 10. So there's a whole bunch of ways we're going to do this. Easiest way by far is if we just do print range 1, 11. And does that work? Cool. That's interesting. Is this not working as a... 2 seconds. Something isn't working like I expected it to. Bear with me. Which is kind of the point. Cool. Oh, no. So I'm using Python. I'm not doing this in like the script we were using before. Like we've already covered using Benny's script. This is specifically to do that. Am I being really dumb? I think I am. So... Oh! No. So for I in range 1, 10, print I. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, there we go. Cool. And then, of course, we're in out by 1, so we want to do that. Bam. Ugh, cool. Sorry, that was a really, really dumb moment. Let's start that all again. Woo. All right, clear all. Hi, welcome to Python. Okie dokies. So all we have to do is that in Python, we have access to the range function, which just takes a beginning and an endpoint and takes us up to, but not including that endpoint. And so we say for I in range 1 to 11, print I. And we get our answer right here. And that is printing out all the numbers from 1 to 10. So that is all we have to do for question 1. Question 2, write some code that prints out only the even numbers between 1 and 10. So I'm pretty sure you can just do like this. So, I mean, the typical way that we're saying there is print if I mod, I mean, this is exactly the same, equals 0, like that. Yeah, and that'll print out only things if they're even, because of the fact that this is taking mod 2. Equals 0 means even. I have an actual... I have the theory I can actually do, like, is even? No, I'm just an idiot. So honestly, we just stick with that. And that'll be totally fine. Okay, number 3, write some code that prints only the even numbers between 1 and 1,000. Bam. Okay, and because it's a Jupyter notebook, again, we get all our answers here. It's not going to print us all. It's just going to show that we go to 50, and then if I wanted to see them, I could click here. And that'll be that. Oh, cool. And that's questions 1 to 3. All right. So next cell, we're going to go 4. Oh, yeah, so this is just, we're going to take in an answer. So a bunch of people were at least unaware of how to use input, so let's just do that. So let's say user input equals input of... Hi, please enter in a number. And we're just going to do that now. And notice that when we run it, a message box comes up here saying, hi, please enter in a number. And it doesn't do anything because we haven't told it to. So now what we can just do is just go print user input. And it prints out, which is totally cool. For this particular thing, though, we're specifically wanting to return or print out, in this instance, the negative of it. So all we have to do is literally just print user input. 1. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, that's a string. Awesome. Input is always a string, so we have to make sure that's an int. So we can just cast it as an integer by using the int function. So all that this is doing is saying that user input... I don't think I realized that. But input will always return a string, and so we can't times that by minus. We have to make sure that it'll actually, like, we have to then convert it to an integer using that. Yeah, you see a bad type of operand. So we're unable to do that. So that will just work. 1, and that'll become -1, which is great. So obviously what you can actually do is, I mean, this is the thing. You could just do that, for example. And you'd get exactly the same. It's still taken an input. It would still give us the minus of that. So that's the kind of like one-line solution to it. Yes, there's a bunch of validation that we could do for it in terms of making thing like, you know, checking whether or not it could be a number first or that it's a numeric value. For right now, we're just kind of going to skip over all that. But it's a way. Okay, so we're going to do fizzbuzz up to 1,000. So for this, we're going to go I equals 1. What am I doing? All right, cool. For I in range... Oh, in fact, sorry, I'm an idiot. So for I in range, 1 to 1,001. And then we're just going to fizzbuzz. We don't have a select statement. We just have to do a bunch of ifs and else ifs. Or, well, in Python, it's going to be elif. So if I... In fact, I quite liked what was suggested earlier, which is the mod of 15 equals 0. That's... Nah, I'm not going to get sidetracked into that. Print fizzbuzz. Elif. So elif is else if, but in Python. Else if the mod of 3 equals 0. Print fizz. Elif I of 5 equals 0. Print buzz. Else print I. Get that? All the way down. So 1, 2, fizz, 4, buzz, fizz, 7, 8, fizz, buzz, 11, fizz, 13, 14, fizz, buzz. And then it just keeps on going till 1,000. 90, we see this is 98, 998, 999, 1,000. So that's that. Number 6. Oh, this is the square. Yeah, the square number thing. Sorry, like, obviously I'm just gonna, like, smash through these. I'm kind of a little bit tired. But, if anyone does have any questions, or if they want me to kind of slow down and explain things, I will happily do that. I'm just kind of going because I can. Oh, yeah. So this is the thing. So we take in our square number. So user input equals input. Please enter a number. Okay, cool. So then we're going to start from 0. In fact, we're going to start from 1. And we can go while I squared is less than user input. Because this is saying write pass just to get rid of this. Write some code that takes a numerical input from the user and prints out all of the square numbers. So we know that it's going to stop when the square of it is equal or greater. So we'll just continue it while it's underneath. And then we're going to check our actual logic. So if... Oh yeah, so we're going to check that it's actually a real number. So I think we can do like isInt or something like that, but we'll just do it with the mod 0 thing. So this checks as if it's a checks if a whole number. Oh no, we literally don't care. It's always going to be a whole number because we're only ever caring about whole numbers. Ugh. Oh, all we do is just print I2. Is that it? No. Oh yeah, because we take in the input. Goes to there. The user input again. Ugh, keep forgetting this. Int. Cast is in it. 16. 1 forever because I'm an idiot. Because I totally forgot to increment that. And that's absolutely fine. I plus equals 1. Python's got slightly different syntax. You have to plus equal it rather than plus plus. Plus won't work. Yep, there we go. Bam, that's perfect. Let me just check that I'm right. Yes, that's not valid. That doesn't know what that is. But plus equals equals 1 works just fine. Sweet, and that's all we've got to do. 16, bam, and if we do that for 17, bam, cool. Great. Okay, the Fibonacci stuff. All right, this is where it gets a little strange. So, or at least it got a bit strange for me. Okay, let's just do this part A, so 7A. The Fibonacci sequence starts at whatever it starts at. Oh, it starts with the values 1 and 2. That's it, right? Okay. So we're going to have a counter variable, and we're going to say A equals 1 and B equals 2. This, I don't really think there was a better way to do it that I could think of in Python. It just, like, you know, is okay. So, first 100 values. So, oh yeah, I don't have to do that counter variable, but we'll come back to that. For I in range 1 to 101, we don't need counter. So first of all, we don't need that. My apologies. Print A, print B. And then we just got to, like, correct stuff. So we're going to go print A plus B. And the way I did it was to say that it was B equals B plus A and A equals B minus A. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Yep. So, in fact, using some Pythonic stuff, we can actually say plus equals and plus minus. And that'll give us totally wrong answers. What? Will that not? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's not try and be please. Let's not try and be clever. That's fine. That will work. Oh, it's plus equals. Ugh. But that one won't. Is there a better way to put that? Whatever. It's confusing. Let's just leave it as it was. It was fine. I was just trying to be complicated. Bam. Cool. We've got our first 1,000 or so. Cool. And that generates the first 1,000 values. Okay. Right. So we're going to make a new cell. Okay. And we're going to go and add up the sums of... Sorry, that's a comment. Add up the sums of the first even value... Sorry, the even values of the first 1,000. That was the one. Okie dokies. And we're going to have a total equal to 0. And we're going to total... To be honest, we can actually just go total equals B. Because we know it will be at the very top. So, let's go and say, if A plus B... Why am I doing with an... Sorry, I'm doing too many different languages today. No, I prefer that, because we want to make sure that's together. So, if A and B mod 2 equals 0, then total plus... total plus equals... A plus B. I'm going to put that as a separate thing. And then everything is the same. I don't know if that's broken or if... Oh, it's not doing anything. I haven't told it to do anything. Ugh. Print total. There we go. Cool, that's what we're looking for. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yep. I mean, nah, I'll just leave it as. All right, cool. Okay, and that takes us on to the final part, which I thought was hilarious. Nice. Yeah, that's fun. All right, so this I had a really dumb answer for if we were using Python, and so I really want to get this to work. So user input equals input, please enter a number. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to take every single digit of this, and we're going to add them all together. Now, because we actually have an input, and because that input's already a string, we can actually do really fun things for this, because we can actually say for letter in user input, and it'll actually cycle through all of the letters, all of the individual things, and those letters happen to be numbers. And what's really funny is we can do this. So total equals 0, and we're going to say, yeah, if letter dot is numeric, which is a really, really fun thing to check whether or not the thing you've done is a number or not. If it's numeric, then total plus equal letter as a string. As an int, sorry, obviously. Now this is going to look really strange, and I'm pretty sure it will work. So that should be 6. Oh, and I keep forgetting to actually return things at the end. Sorry. Print total. Total. There we go. Bam. All right, 1, 2, 3. Give us a 6. Okay, so the reason this works is that it goes through every letter of what we did, like 1, then it goes... So when we do a for loop on a string, it will go through each letter individually. So I'm actually going to go, just to as an example, I'm going to print letter. Actually, I'm going to use a little bit of an advanced syntax. Don't worry, this is going to be a bit strange. We're going to use an what's called an F string, and it's just useful syntax. So this is going to actually print out the word letter equals, and then what the value of letter actually is. Oh yeah, and up here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So see, letter 1, letter 2, letter 3, letter 4, and in fact, right here will do exactly the same. So print this kind of F string. Don't worry, again, like, this is relatively advanced syntax, so, like, it's not something that's standard at all. So we got the letter 1, our total is 1. A letter 2, total is 3. Our letter 3, our total is 6. And a letter 4, our total is 10. And we get the eventual answer of 10. What's really, really cool about this solution is that it doesn't care if you've got a decimal point or anything, because we can just do this. 1, 2, 3, dot, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, in fact. Just get the answer 15, because that's gone 1 plus 2 plus 3. Dot isn't numeric, so it doesn't care. 4 and 5, and it just works, and that's like super, super lovely. I was also thinking that this would just work if you gave it complete gibberish. So like blah, 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 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 dot, blah, 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 all of this kind of stuff. And it'll still just take the actual, like, that's given us 46 out of whatever my thing was. So let's be useful. Print. You entered. Again, I'm going to use F strings because F strings are the greatest things in the world. You entered user input. F strings just let us very, very easily put variables into strings that we're going to do. Do look these up. They're called F strings, and they are amazingly great. Let's get rid of this, or at least let's format it a bit better. And we're going to go... Okay. So we entered this complete garbage, and we got the number 74, because there were some numbers in it, and those numbers added up to 74, so it ignored every other character. And that, my friends, I believe, are all of the exercises done in Python. All right. Cool. That was considerably faster and more relentless than I was expecting, because I'm tired and everyone's been coding for a long time today. But I hope this has been helpful. If anyone has any questions, please do ask, and I will let you, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But otherwise, have yourself a lovely, lovely day, and I will see you soon. Okay. F strings are banger. Yep. Yeah. Oh god, yeah. No, because F strings are the replacement for dot format. And they're just so great. And let's just talk about F strings for a bit. So yeah, as has been pointed out in the chat, there used to be this thing, and I honestly can't even get the syntax right these days. It's like and then you do like $S, and then you do dot format. And it would be a real strange thing, and you could like just insert stuff in. But now instead, you just do F equals your string, whatever. And then you use curly brackets to represent a variable. Like in this case, user input, which is really, really cool. We'll see here. And you see this kind of complete garbage, and then whatever I said, and that's come from this complete garbage there. But something that someone showed me, just like off the cuff, and I didn't realize it was a thing, is if you just put equals after it, then it'll actually give you the fact that this was representing the variable of user input. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't even use format string. Like, dot format is like, okay, that's fine. Like, because F strings are literally that, but just in a better syntax. So, like, I've never needed to learn it or really. Well, I learned it like a decade ago, but like, I don't use it anymore. Yeah. Like, yeah. So it's been explained in the chat how to do it, but that literally doesn't matter anymore because F strings, the F stands for format, which is why you do that. But yeah, anyway, so the fact that this equal sign just literally represents the variable, beautiful. Anyway, cool. Any other questions before we round off? How long's this been? Half an hour? That sounds good to me. Nice. All right, guys. So I hope you have a lovely day, and that's been a super quick. I had to take a look at some other things. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye. Let's actually finish that. All right.